So today I am going to highlight my own hair.
Highlight your own hair. Okay, that's not easy. If you're doing with foils, very difficult. You have to wave or back combing. You have to work it on the back. Very difficult.
If it all goes well, then it will have cost me about $15.
That is cheap. That is very cheap.
But it's going to be a lot of work. So the first thing I want to say is this is not a booger. It's actually a fever blister. And if I'm going to get one, I'd rather get one under my nose than on my lips. So the brand that I got, it's Revlon. I bought it at Walmart's. I really like it, and it's worked out really well in the past.
Oh, you have done it in the past? You have done highlights in the past? Okay, you are experienced.
It's a frosting kit. It's called Frosting Glow.
What is a frosting kit?
I got it on the bottom shelf at mine. I don't know if that means anything. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to show you the cap that I'm going to use. I'm straight up using a cap on my head. And it actually turns out really good. So we're going to pull out the little cap, and then... Okay, let me just open it up.
Oh, okay. So it's not highlights with aluminum foils or aluminum foils. I always say aluminium, so we had that discussion already. Who's saying aluminum and who's saying aluminium, and both are right. It depends where you live. So I like the word aluminium, so I will say it. Sorry for the people who say aluminum. It's very difficult to do that with the aluminium. So it's easier to do it with cap highlights, but it's a very old technique. If you are using cap highlights, many things can go wrong. Well, with highlights too, with the foils too. So it doesn't matter. Many things can go wrong.
You guys, I'm about to stick this on my head. And let me tell you, it is beautiful.
It is very beautiful if you have that on your head.
They have these little holes. It's like thinner through there, so you can actually stick this guy. So see, it's like a little crochet needle, and there's one to pull bigger hair through and one to pull smaller hair through, and I don't know which one I'm going to do yet. So there's holes within the circle, and there's little holes outside of the circle. So basically you can choose whether you want a lot or a little, and there's even like a place that marks like whether you want like on top. Of course, I'm going to do everything, because why not?
Okay, this is really well done of this company. They are really clear, so not a lot of things can go wrong, right?
It shows you like how to do the back and how to do the crown. It's just a really great guide.
And it's really good that it says the back and the front, because I have seen that the cap is reversed on their head. It's really cool. Maybe just an arrow that says front will be very clear then.
So you want to start out just where you would normally part your hair, because it will make a difference on how you pull this through.
That is a misunderstanding. The problem with cap highlights, and I have seen it with the place where I worked. Yes, I worked in a salon many years ago. I have my own salon, should I say it? 31 years. Jesus, time flies if you have fun. But when I was 16, I started in my first salon. I never wanted to go to school. I started at 12. People who has seen my video, My Burnout, knows the history. But at the age of 12, I started learning for hairdresser. There was one school in Belgium, and I'm very lucky I lived only 30 minutes from that school. So at the age of 12, I went to school. But by the time of 16, it was done. I wanted to go to work. I want to go to the salon. And then I started working at the age of 16 in the salon until I was 19. And then I started my own business very early. And I would say too early. For the people who are really anxious, I am a person that wants everything very quick. I'm always scared that I'm going to be too late. It was too early, but that's another story. But in the 3 years that I worked in the salon, that was really a classic salon, even for then. On stages, we were really working with new techniques of the highlights, like you know now, with the foiling. He worked with the caps, and I saw a lot of mistakes with the caps. Like this side was much too blonder than this side, and that's because you don't section your hair too good. Normally you need to take your hair all the way to the back or in the middle, because you have to divide it equally. If she's taking a side line, so there will be more hair on this side, less hair on this side. You will take equal amount of strands out of your cap, and then you're going to divide it on the side, and there will be more highlights here than here. Is that saying on the description that you have to part it on the side that you want? Because that's not so good.
I didn't wash it because time and time again, I've heard people at salons say that it's better to not wash your hair before you do this. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's for a full bleach, because you need the protection on your scalp, but you're going to do highlights, so no bleach on your scalp if everything goes well, that there is no bleach on your scalp, otherwise you will have spots. It's no need for not washing your hair if you do cap highlights, because it's not touching the scalp.
I'm doing this for all of you guys. There I go.
Everybody say thank you that she's doing that, in case of you are going to plan it and you are learning from her mistakes, or she's not making any mistakes, but the first mistake was making with the sideline.
You're gonna put this on your head and you are gonna look amazing.
Like your grandmother.
And then you're gonna tie this little thing like a little bonnet right here around your head. This is gonna take me a very long time also. I can't hear very well.
The dog is not happy with the cap.
Scooter does not like me talking in here. Scooter, you're just gonna have to chill out, buddy.
He's warning you. He says, take it off, take a walk with me, take it off, and stop it.
And you're gonna tie it like this. And then you're gonna look ridiculous, is what you're gonna look like this. Like I am wearing a baby bonnet. But you can see my hair through there. I'll have to come back to you here in a little bit, because I cannot do this while I am on camera. I have to look in a mirror. And so, here's Charlie. I'm going to work on this a little while, and then I'll come back and I will show you my beautiful picked through hair. I'm going to see the front for now.
If you are pressing with that needle, with that crochet hook on your head, be careful. Don't press directly on your head. That will hurt. You always have to go diagonally, so you are going over your head, not pressing on your head. That's a big tip, what my boss was saying back in the days. Always go sideways, diagonally, not completely on the head. But you have to be careful. If you are ripping the hole, and it's very fine material, if you are ripping the hole wide open because you are taking too much or you are really not careful, then if you apply the color on the cap everywhere, you think your scalp is protected, but there goes a little bit of bleach on that ripped hole, you will have a spot. So you have to be careful if you do that.
Okay, so I've done like this half. I haven't done the back yet, but I've done like this half. This is the part that I was telling you about that's so hilarious, because it looks like Barbie doll hair, doesn't it?
So now you think you have divided all these strands equally, but your hair is parted on the side. So your hair is not equally under that cap.
Oh, I missed one. Okay, so what you want to do, there's a little end and a big end. I like pulling the big end through. So I'm going to just, I think there might be hair right here, but I have like a very, no, there's no hair. Nope, no hair. That would explain why. Oh, look at here. I got some hair. Okay, and also as you're doing this, you're going to find that little hairs get caught like in there.
So you have no control, but you have a little bit of control how much hair you are pulling out of that cap. I know it has to look natural and thicker and finer strands all together, but if you are working with the paper, You have more control where you want it and how you want it. But of course, to do it by yourself, if I have to choose to do it by yourself, yeah, maybe is a cap highlight the better option. But then I would say that you are drawing a line, if you have a side line, that I will draw a line just on the cap where not to take any sections, any strands. So you're not taking it into the sideline. If you're going to do that, you're going to see that. It's really, you need to blend it. So if you have a little bit of hair that is falling over that strands, that meshes, that highlights that you are taking, and the roots are a little bit of spotty, you put the natural hair over that, nobody's seeing that. So it's a protection for yourself. So that will be very good. But I guess it's a little bit easier to do cap highlights at home than foiling, but it's not without any risks.
But I just wanted you to know how beautiful and spectacular I look right now. It's a real interesting situation. But I promise you, it's going to look pretty good in the end.
Oh, I hope so.
Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous right now.
Oh no, I'm not jealous. Believe me.
Okay, so now I'm going to do all this all the way back to here. Then I'm going to need some help.
Okay, that's good. Why not asking for help to do it right away on the top? If they can do it in the back, they can do it on the top. It's more easy if somebody else doing it, and more safe if you trust them, if they are good. Well, more safe. I take that back.
Okay, y'all, so all this hair that you see has been pulled through the cap. I pulled most of the other hair behind me. So I've been able to do pull my own hair all the way back to this little guy back here. I'm gonna get it finished, and then I'll show you what to do next, which is easy. This is the hardest part. It's the most time-consuming part. So
that is true. That is true.
I'll check up with you in a few minutes, or like in 5 seconds, but it'll be a lot longer for me.
So also, if you are taking here a strand, it can be that what the hair that you are pulling here is coming from here. So under the cap, and here you are pulling it. So there will be a very big regrowth. Of course, there will be hairs that starts from this area, but you have no idea. You don't know where that hair that you pull out of the cap came from.
First of all, I'm looking better by the minute. Actually, I came into my bathroom to show you. Luke was going to do the back of my hair, and then it was getting late and he fell asleep. So I'm just going to show you in this mirror here that all I have left is just this part right here.
So no help for the back. Okay.
Which I'm going to be able to do because I have a mirror in front of me and a mirror behind me, and it's tilted. So, back in a minute. I'll be back in a minute. I'm almost done. I'm excited. Okay, y'all. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not for the faint of heart. So I did it. I got all this. Okay, but when you pull your hair through, you're going to get like some loops and weird things. So you're going to have to brush it. I don't know if I already said it. So I've got like this crazy bunch of like matted pieces of hair that's tried to pull through.
Again, if you are going to brush it, very easy. It's going to be easy, ripped open the hole. So always be gentle.
So all I'm going to do is get one of those wet brushes. I'll show you in a minute. And I'm just going to brush it. And as I do, all the little tangles and all that stuff will come out. But my head is finished, y'all. My head. Like, it's so good. So I'm going to take this brush here because as I got further to the back, there's all these like pieces that didn't come through all the way.
One of the hairs of the brush, and there's a little bowl in. It's not a good idea that you go over the cap to brush your hair.
So I'm going to have to use my little brush to pull all those little pieces through. Let me just say, do not attempt this if you do not have patience, which normally I don't have patience, but I do for this because I know the outcome and I'm going to like it in the end.
Okay, so you have done it before. That's good. And she's right. If you don't have patience, if you say, I want to have it done, colored and all in 1 hour, don't start it. But with everything, not coloring, not bleaching, not cutting, everything. You have to take sections, you have to be careful, you have to take your time.
So I'm just gonna sit here and brush. You want to brush lightly, so you do not pull all the hair out of your head. But everything you're seeing here is gonna be blonde.
Yeah. Or orange.
And everything underneath here is gonna be darker. So next step will be me dyeing my hair. Okay. All right, y'all. So I got it all brushed out. All the tangles are out. Everything's good. Okay. Now on this little thing comes this little handy. There's this great thing I get to stick on my head so that I can look even more kooky. So when I'm done, putting all the chemicals on my head, I'll put this on, to make it even more hot and chemical. And then look at this. So cool. Watch it. There are gloves attached, y'all.
Which are way, way, way too big. I don't know which hands they are measuring. They make it so big it will fit for everybody, but they are always way too big. And they are not so handy to work. If really the tips are loose, it's really not easy to work.
I'm going to mix the powder, and I'm going to mix the... be careful not to inhale the powder, it says. And then I'm going to put the entire contents of the cream developer in it.
Does it say how many volumes there is in that developer? Because you don't need 40.
So this is the powder. Don't breathe the powder in.
Please make sure that the dog is away, that he's not inhaling any powder or oxidation or ammonia.
So I'm going to mix these two things together and I'll show you what they look like. It's all mixed up. Okay, well, as you can see, I've been putting bleach on my hair.
There's not a lot of product on your hair. The saturation is not so high. But if you apply the color again on that cap, make sure that you don't press it on the scalp, on that cap, so you're not pushing the color into that hole. Otherwise, you will have all spots.
And I am now almost done with my first one. You guys, put stuff down. I'm getting bleach everywhere.
Oh, you have 2 boxes. That's a very good idea. Really well done.
And then you just spare your next set. All right, you guys.
Okay, that's better. 1 box, nearly never enough.
I got it. I did it like a pro. So now, I'm going to set this thing on my head like this. Yes.
So that's good. The heat is in your hair. Don't apply extra heat on top of that. Don't use a hairdryer on top of that cap, because the powder that you mixed with the developer, it's becoming a cream. If you heat that up too much, it's turning again to powder and then it stops working. So no extra heat.
And then we're going to wait for a really long time.
How long?
You can already see it's getting blonde. Woohoo! All right, I'll do that shortly.
Well, it will not be blonde because it's too dark, and it will be like an orange, red, light brown, which is good for your hair.
Okay, you guys, well, I am almost done. As you can see, it's been about an hour, and my hair underneath is quite blonde.
It's a very strong box dye. Well, if you rinse it, it's always less blonde. It's always, with the product on your hair, it always looks blonder.
The next step is to take this plastic off my head, rinse all this bleach out as much as I can, and then pull the cap off. Then I'm going to wash my hair, and I will come back as soon as my hair gets washed.
I always say it's better that you rinse it, wash it, and put the conditioner on your hair with the cap on your head. So it will be very easy to get rid of that cap with the conditioner on your hair. It's soft and it comes off very quickly. If you do that with the product on your head, you will have problems. I have seen girls really struggling to get that cap off. So wash it, shampoo, condition it, and then it slides off.
What? Highlights.
It's blonder than I expected. It's a really strong product.
I love how it turned out. I think it looks really good.
I don't see any spots yet. So far, so good.
I'm gonna blow dry all this, and then I will show you the final product.
I just saw on the side. But maybe dry is better.
I really like how it turned out. I love like the different layers of color. So
Okay. So you have some kind of banding, but you like the different layers of color. Okay.
I'm really pleased with it. I've done my hair like this before, and I always like the way it turns out. I love how thorough the highlights are.
I see a big spot here. This is really a big strand here. This side is better, but here you have really a blonde spot.
You can really see them, and they're all the way to my scalp. And maybe over the next couple days or in the next...
Look, if she's pulling it back, that's why I say you don't have any control. I have a really dark piece here, and then behind it, it's really blonde. If you want that, no problem. If you like it, very good. But as a hairdresser, I like it if I have more control.
Such a cheap way to get it done, and I love it.
Is it a fail? No, I have seen very much worse things. And you see here in the front, it's really close. You see where it begins. That's never a good idea. But we have to take in consideration that it was just $15. So if you want highlights and you don't search for perfection, and I know there are hairdressers that make hair fails too. If you're willing to go with this result, which is pretty good, if you can live with that, and $15 is something you can do, but you have to have a lot of patience to do that. Take her example. She did a good job. All I'm going to say today, ciao kus.